Welcome to my latest case, Secret of the Scarlet Hand. To start playing, choose either Junior or Senior Detective. If you're new to adventure games or need some help, choose Tutorial. Dear Dad, greetings from the new Deputy Curator at Beech Hill Museum in Washington, D.C. I miss you, by the way. How's Africa? I sure hope this letter reaches you in Ouagadougou before you move on to Nairobi. So I got the internship. Your old friend Franklin Rose was awfully nice to submit my name to the rest of the members of the museum's board of directors. What an opportunity while I'm in between cases. As you probably know, the museum specializes in ancient Maya culture. My supervisor is going to be Joanna Riggs, a well-known archaeologist. Maybe you've seen her name in the news recently, in conjunction with the discovery of a strange Maya monolith. Apparently, it's created quite a buzz among experts in the field. Well, Beech Hill plans to feature the monolith in an upcoming exhibition. Just imagine, this artifact has been buried for hundreds of years, and now it's going to be unveiled to the public for the first time. The museum is short-staffed at the moment, and they're expecting such a huge turnout that they've closed their doors to prepare. I can hardly wait to dig into this exciting project and learn how archaeologists and historians solve the mysteries of ancient cultures. I'll keep you posted. Love, Nancy.
Nancy Drew, I presume. I'm Joanna Riggs. Welcome to Beech Hill. I was just checking the lock on this display case. This is one of the museum's most treasured pieces, a carving of King Pacal.
Who is King Pacal?
Pacal assumed the throne at age 12. Can you imagine? That was 615 A.D. He ruled for 68 years at the height of the Maya civilization.
Is that jade?
Yes, the Maya loved jade and used it for many of their carvings. There isn't another piece like this in the world, and it's priceless, which means I practically had to sell my own grandmother to get it.
How did the museum acquire it?
Leave it to Taylor Sinclair. He's a wizard when it comes to these deals. You'll meet him later. Now then, Nancy, you're coming on board at a critical time for Beech Hill. An exhibit of this caliber is not kid stuff. Franklin Rose assures me you're a real trooper, and I hope he's right because I'm not here to babysit. I don't care who your father is.
I'm glad to be here. Please, tell me more about the exhibit.
In addition to our permanent collection, we're borrowing rare pieces from museums and private collectors around the world. Soon we'll be sitting on the most fabulous collection of Maya artifacts ever assembled in one place. And now that we've scored the monolith, too, Beech Hill sera numero uno.
Was the monolith excavated in Mexico?
Yes, a hot young team of archaeologists, Americans and Mexicans both, dug it out of a cave near Palenque. Every curator from here to Siberia was trying to get a hold of it, but I'm the one who closed the deal.
What does this monolith look like?
It's a massive pillar of stone, nearly 1,500 years old, with Maya glyphs carved into it. We've installed it in the garden. Wait until you see it.
Could you explain what a glyph is?
A glyph, as in hieroglyphic, is a picture that represents a word or an idea. Henrik is the human encyclopedia on the subject.
How do you translate them?
Henrik can help you with that.
Henrik, is he on staff here at the museum?
Henrik van der Heune, world-renowned expert in Maya hieroglyphics. He's the latest addition to the Beech Hill Brain Trust. I told him I don't even want to see his pointy Vander head till he's got a translation on that monolith.
Do you think the glyphs hold an important message?
I really don't know. The Maya were at their peak during Pacal's reign. After he died, things began to go downhill. The civilization never regained the oomph it had under its most extraordinary king.
Do you think the glyphs were intended to be a message to future generations of Maya?
If the message on that monolith is from King Pacal himself, it might give us a clue. Credit for a discovery like that can only spell one thing, my dear. Revenue. Anyway, there's a list of tasks for you in the lab. Once you've knocked those off, we'll regroup.
Shouldn't I have more training?
Don't worry, you'll be in the swing of things soon enough. Go ahead and take a look around the museum. I'm sure you'll find the monolith, muy interesante. Or just roll up your sleeves and hit the lab.
Any last advice before I get down to business?
Semper ubi sub ubi.
Topeka Commission for the Arts. How cultured. The knob is missing. Topeka Commission for the Arts. That's the organization Prudence Rutherford works for. It's locked. This side looks damaged.
Nancy Drew, or should I say, Detective Drew. I'm Sinclair.
Hi there. I guess you've done your homework.
I was at a meeting with the BOD recently, and I caught wind of your appointment and your credentials. Very impressive, if I do say so myself.
The BOD?
That would be the board of directors, those cranky old cats. They do keep the ducks squared away around here, I'll give them that. So, how's this for a specimen? Ever seen $1 million worth of rock before?
But Beech Hill didn't buy this piece, did they? My understanding was that it's on loan from Mexico.
Ouch. Well, they did say you were sharp. Seriously, though, thank goodness you're here. I'm afraid the museum may be in terrible jeopardy.
What kind of jeopardy?
Joanna told me to butt out, but I'm so fond of Beech Hill, I just hate to see it fall prey to scoundrels.
What scoundrels?
It's a sensitive subject. Meet me in my office later and I'll explain everything then.
Where's your office?
707 Bing Cherry Boulevard. I've got to go. Enjoy your first day at Beech Hill!
You must be Nancy, the new deputy curator. I'm Henrik van der Heune.
Pleased to meet you. What are you working on?
Just some light housekeeping.
Why are you wearing that mask?
Oh, these dusty old artifacts are murder on my allergies. Anyway, what can I do for you?
I'm curious about your work. How do you go about translating a glyph anyway?
It can be a complicated process, involving research, piecing lots of different elements together, and a healthy dose of guesswork.
So there isn't a definitive dictionary of Maya glyphs where you can look things up?
Oh, I'm afraid not. You see, glyphs are so intricate and full of subtleties that multiple meanings may be embedded in a single glyph. So 3 distinct-looking glyphs may all translate to mean sunshine, roughly, but with different nuances. There is so much we still don't know. Lucky for me, I guess, or I'd be out of a job.
Joanna turned me loose without too many instructions. Do you have any advice for me?
Well, as you've probably heard, the museum is closed in preparation for the exhibit, so you'll have free run of the place. Please explore. The sooner you get to know your way around, the better. Think of the lab as your home base, your center of communications. Anyone who wants to get in touch with you will leave a note or a voicemail here, so check in often. I'm very busy with my work, so you're going to have to be pretty independent, but I suspect you wouldn't have it any other way.
See you around, Henrik.
I suspect you will.
I need to find another piece. It's locked. It's locked.
You have no voicemail.
Boswell, Jackson, and Rose. May I speak to Franklin Rose, please?
Who may I say is calling?
This is Nancy Drew.
Just a minute, please.
Nancy, great to hear from you. How's the internship treating you? Are Joanna and Henrik showing you the ropes?
So far, so good, I think. There's a lot of work to do before we launch this exhibit, but somehow we'll pull it off.
Glad to hear you're settling in. I'm off to a meeting, but feel free to call me if you have any questions.
I'm sure everything's going to be smooth sailing, Mr. Rose.
Bye, kiddo.